Okay, I'm gonna start recording. Share screen so everybody can see. So we basically are gonna do a quick app, like command line app. It's gonna be called GoIs. Not that I've done much with it now, but it's basically to show how I create a lot of my tools that I use on a day-to-day basis. Usually have a lot of repetition for logs file or deployment or even Git stuff. We'll try to automate things. So it makes it easy to be able to create a quick Go app that can automate your things, and then using the this package, the Urfavi. I don't know how to pronounce it. You see, it's actually used quite extensively, and if you see the documentation is pretty extensive, and even at the end, it gives something that is really cool, which is a sort of Go app completely that uses pretty much all of his functionality in here. We'll definitely not go into like all the nitty gritty of the package, but I wanted to show, because usually the way he writes his commands is pretty much all in one file, one main. He puts it in his example in the main function, and I don't know. I'm not you. I like to separate concerns a lot and having a little command line. So I'm gonna show a little bit how I'm gonna do that. Can everybody see my screen, or is it too small?
Looks good on my end.
Cool, thanks. So basically, we're gonna start, and basically I'm gonna walk through a little bit of how I go along making a little app with it. I definitely do not remember by heart all of his package, so I just come back here on the documentation and redo it. So basically the important thing is I want to show how I create like sort of maintainable code with it. So first we're gonna create the app. Oops. So yeah, this is me struggling. So basically, everything works as the app encapsulate all of the commands, and any flag that you pass in, these become here. You can pass flag within directly to the app. These become like global flags, let's say, for an app. And basically, if anybody has any questions at any time, feel free to stop me. And you can have action with basically the command that you want. So what I've done in the past, let's just create quickly his basic one that he's done so that everybody can see how he does it and how simple basically it is. So, oops. What did I forget? See, that's things that I forget all the time. Obviously, you need to read the command line because you can pass actually files to on it. So right off the bat, right away, what it does, this package, is it creates a nice little interface really quickly with creates default help and default, like right now we have language, and it actually outputs the sort of a description of what it is. So you have like usage, which is a description. The default value here is the default that you want, and language. So basically, let's say we're gonna do a global flag for move, because the app is called Go Is. So the idea is we're gonna pass in Go is awesome, and it's going to reply something as not or yes or something like that. So let's say, let's call it mood, and basically if you pass in the name two variables, two names, this is going to be the long form, this is going to be the short form, and the let's say mood is not great because you need to, it's not Boolean. So let's make this a Boolean flag. And you can't redeclare H. That's because it's being used for help. So you have to always find something different. Let's say we can well, you don't have any default for the Boolean flag. So if we run this, basically we see here that we have our short form, long form, and the new description for it. So far it does not do anything much, but let's create a new command that is called awesome. So what I like to do is create subfolder for all my commands. And whoops. Commands, and let's say awesome. Anybody has any questions so far? No? So, so basically, what I do is you can create, if you look at the package a little bit later, you can create, you have all the commands, and a command must satisfy a CLI command interface. And basically, usually in this example, you basically create, you declare all your commands one in a row, one after the other inside the, and you pass them to the app command. Basically, it's a slice. And sorry for my, sometimes my French, if it comes out. And basically, you have name, alias, basically the same thing as short form. If you don't want to pass it here, or if you want to have a different one. And description, action is the actual function that will get called when the command is executed. So, put my so if some boilerplate code here. So this way it permits you to have encapsulate, let's say you want action to actually call the lot of function that you want private. You could put your functions here. It's a bad name, but it'd be like basically private, and none of the other commands would see it. So let's print something. Let's just print out the context now, so that we can actually see what is passed to the oops. And call this one awesome. And then let's say So basically, if we run it, oh, we're not in the main package. We run it here, we see that we have none of the actual commands are here, so we then have not added the command. App command. So it's a slice. Commands. And then that's where it gets fun, is that you just can pass in the command. And awesome. Yep. Commands. All right. No. Oh yeah. Okay. Commands. So now we see that we have successfully added a new command called awesome. So everybody's probably dying to see how it works. So let me do, go install. So basically what I've done now is like, I go install, adds it to my bin package. I'm sure everyone's familiar with the concept. So I can go is awesome. And then, like, remember how we just outputted the context, and basically the context is a struct of and where you see here it's the memory address. It's actually just a struct of a command, and you can go look it up. But it returns the flags that it has and help file for it. Let's say you can go is awesome-help. So now you can have automatically information on that command. Obviously, you can have more extensive information. If they have the struct has actually a lot of variable. Like here, you can pass in default to an environment variable, and you have a lot of, or you can choose between several. This is actually pretty handy. Be aware though that you'll choose the first one it hits first, obviously. So so let's do something maybe more fun in the command. So I'm gonna go here. We'll go awesome command, and instead of just printing the first, we can go the context. We can access the arguments that we pass just by looking for args. Yes, args. And let's say you want the first argument. Like this, and then you can and here Go is awesome. Yeah. So it returns yeah. Any questions so far? How are we doing with time? A particular I can show how we can have subcommands with this. Let's look at how we can actually get the go is happy. Let's say we want one, and then awesome. How we can influence the return of awesome by the global flag. So basically, you have parents that you can go find. So basically, if you go look at parent, it returns the parent of the because you can have sub-commands. So either your parents, in this case, would be the main command, which is go is. But there's even a better way of parent is often well used if you're doing subcommands. But if you're looking for the global flag, you have the global flag name that you can get. So we want the global Boolean to find here. So let's say dot global Boolean, and then we can pass in the name of our command, so the flag, happy. Basically, you pass in the name and not the, I don't know if the alias actually work. I've always passed in the full name of the command. Actually, I've never tried any other way, but maybe it works if we just pass the short form. I don't know. You can actually have more an explicit name here. If you don't declare it, it uses the name of the command. So here, go is yes, go is awesome. So how come? Oh yes, it's not. There's no. Let's say happy. Is it two flag or one flag? I don't know. I don't remember. Two flags. Happy. One. Whoop. No help topic for one. Oh, sorry. Boolean flag. I forgot to mention. I forgot actually when I was creating it. Has you don't pass Boolean. You pass if Boolean flags are just if the flag is there or not. So if it's there and if the flag is not there, it's false. So basically, you don't pass a value to a Boolean flag. The Boolean flag is just, it looks if the flag has been called or not. So maybe since we want to go to be happy most of the time, we can do it like this. So now that would make more sense, because is it sad or not? So let's do maybe another a sub command. Anybody interested in seeing sub commands, or am I just rambling by myself here? How many are we? Oh, maybe I'm getting a. Okay, I got 6 minutes left of recording, so I guess we're gonna do this short and sweet. In 6 minutes, I guess. Does anybody have any questions?
So, hi, this is Carrick.
Hello.
And thanks for doing the podcast, not podcast, this the meetup. And I guess I'm really personally adverse to adopting a lot of these command line frameworks, because I feel like they completely change how you write a command line program. They seem to deviate from, the short and sweet, standard library tools that we have available to us. So while I've seen a handful of different frameworks that do just this, the only thing that kept me from really being completely happy with the flag package built into standard lib was the fact that it did not handle POSIX compatible command line arguments. So I went ahead and put a link in the notes there with a little plug by it, because it's a shameless plug. I went ahead and built a POSIX compatible Go long flag library, and it's right there, GitHub Carrick Gulf. And if you want to, you don't want to adopt one of these frameworks for developing a CLI and just want to use something like the flag, a drop-in replacement, but also has POSIX compatibility, and pretty straightforward argument, a flexible argument parsing, then that library has worked well for me. I use it at work all the time when I build a lot of CLIs at work, and I also have a few examples of it also in my GitHub account using that library. So it's a lot lightweight. It's a lot more lightweight if that's the kind of command line program that you want to build and you're not interested in the framework. But definitely those frameworks have a lot more features than Gulf has, but that's just the intention to be lightweight.
I totally know what you mean, and I've been most of in the past. This is a little package I've actually recently discovered. I found that maybe exactly that was my issue with the flag package, is that I always have a lot of function converting the inputs, and I found that I have a lot less issues with this and with this package, but I guess it's for quick and dirty. I found it good for something that you don't want to be sort of production or slim weight. You need to do this in hours and stuff like that.
Well, I guess
it's fairly expressive.
Yeah, these are really cool. They give you almost like a DSL for describing how you want your command line app to work with subcommands and stuff. And if that's what someone wants, there's a lot of good applications that use these frameworks. I just didn't take the time to learn it, and I was happy with flags. I just wanted it to be a POSIX compatible argument parsing. So that's why I wrote the other one. But
personally, I think like you said, I recommend anyone learning Go to use the flag package before using a package like this.
Yeah.
Because you do learn a lot of more of how the Go framework or Go language is structured and the idiomatic, if I can say that.
Absolutely.
They're made. So this sort of, it does differ from the idiomatic of Go, but I like it for quick API.
Absolutely. Sorry to interject.
Cool.
I just
No. It's cool. It's actually it's a very valid comment, and I actually agree a lot with what you're saying.
Cool.
Anybody else? Don't be shy. No. I was gonna do a little like demo for just actually launch this in a container, but
Hello.
hello. Yes.
This is yeah. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people use Cobra. I wanted to know why you're using this package instead of Cobra.
Actually, like I said, I've always been using the flag, the built-in flag package before, until 2 weeks ago, where I just stumbled upon this CLI, and I saw it was sort of well used, a lot of stars. I wanted to try it out, and I kind of like it. It's fun. I've never used Cobra, so I wouldn't say. I can't compare it both. Sorry.
That's cool. That's cool.
I can only compare it to the flag package, but like I said, you're always often are required to write your parsing function, your arguments functions. So, which is actually fun if you have the time and you can have more precision on things that you want. But anything else?
All right. Thank
Less
you.
than a minute. All right, so I'm gonna say like sort of we can stay after when this is done for more questions. I don't think I'm gonna do the Go Docker integration. Maybe I'll do it next week if people are interested. I know it's short and sweet, but I guess I don't have a basic user.